Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another video for you today in the Open Ultra League, actually taking a look at some of my games that I did on stream. So if you want to go ahead, follow me on Twitch, that would be awesome, link in the description down below. But yeah, we're taking a look at my team now. There's nothing unique about it, nothing spicy, it's all meta. XL Jellicent, XL Alola Ninetales with Charm, and XL Scrafty. But it's probably the best, if not one of the best teams. And these are some of the Pokemon, if you don't have XLs built, I get it. But these are some of the Pokemon you definitely want to go ahead and start building, start collecting the XL Candy for. Maybe Mega Evolve some Pokemon to try and get more of the XLs when you catch these. But they're great Pokemon. Totally recommend them, and I think this is a great team. So another thing is I do have Bubble and the Jellicent. Now I've been asked a couple times why I have Bubble over Hex. There's a couple reasons. One, I like them for the fire types like Talonflame. The backline does not want to see Talonflame at all. And two, it does better against the Scrafty matchup. But of course Hex in some situations will do better against like Deoxys, other Psychic types, or Ghost types. So yeah, Hex, I mean both of them are good. So you could go Hex, you could go Shadow Ball, but both of them are good. But either way, let's go ahead and dive right into these battles right now. We do see a Typhlosion. We're going to go ahead and go for the Foul Play. I didn't know if they would shield, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for the KO, or at least do a lot of damage. And they do shield, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and take this. It's going to be a Blast Burn. It's not going to KO me. I thought I would survive. I don't feel confident that I could have reached the Foul Play. Maybe I could have. It's kind of hard to say. But either way, we're just going to go ahead and go for the Power Punch. We get the shield anyway. They're going to incinerate me down. Totally fine. We're going to bring in the Ninetales. I do see them switch out, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this to go for the KO. It doesn't actually KO the Togekiss, but one more Charm will be enough to KO. And now I knew we were going to be able to win this because they will get to a move, but we still have a shield, and once we shield this, that Charm that went through will connect and KO the Typhlosion. And that's going to be a great game, very well played to my opponent. But yeah, great game to them. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle, see how we do in the next battle. Going to be that Jellicent into Talonflame. So speaking of Talonflame, again, Bubble, really nice here. I think we just go straight Bubble Beam. I think we just go straight Bubble Beam. Could have built up to the Shadow Ball, but I didn't want them to throw the Brave Bird and did before we like debuffed them. So they do throw the Brave Bird now, and I'm going to be able to take it. So I just go ahead and let it go, and they are debuffed. And in comes Scrafty, out comes my Alola Ninetales. Great matchup, of course. We're going to be Charmin this all the way down. We could take these Power Punches. Certainly can take Foul Play, but it's going to be a Power Punch, of course. And we're going to be able to Charm all the way down. You'll have to see it. Now, if the Talonflame comes in, we'll be able to hit it with a Weather Ball, possibly getting a shield. I do expect them to shield because this is neutral damage. They do shield it up. Very nice. I wasn't sure if they would go for the Farm Down. If they did, they would have had to shield another Weather Ball. So they don't, which is good. So I'm just going to let this go. This is going to KO my Ninetales. Totally fine. Ninetales did its job anyway. Going to wait out the switch time a little bit and then bring in my Jellicent right now. So Jellicent is coming in. And I decided to throw the Bubble Beam because I don't want to have to shield in attack and then Farm Down. So I do throw the Bubble Beam, and now because they actually shielded themselves and they're out of shields, I am going to actually go ahead and shield. So that's going to be a Brave Bird, that's fine. We're going to be able to Farm Down, and they're actually going to concede. So I don't know what was in the back, but maybe something weak to Jellicent. Could have been something weak to Scrafty as well, we don't know. So moving on, this is a good matchup. Hex, as I said, would be better in this situation, but they're going to switch out. And in comes Scrafty, now comes my Alola Ninetales. Great matchup, similar situation as last time. You love to see it if you're the Alola Ninetales. You hate to see it if you're the Scrafty, but we're going to be able to farm this all the way down. We do have quite a bit of energy. In comes Deoxys. I'm going to go ahead and continue to farm, throw in the Weather Ball. I think this Deoxys decides to load up on energy. They know I have a Jellicent in the back. So we're going to be able to get to another one because they are going to continue to farm up. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this one right now just to get it low. I mean, it's pretty low, right? Pretty low. Really low, actually. They're going to go ahead and throw an attack right now. This is definitely going to KO us. It's going to be a Rock Slide, which is good to know because now we can confirm that they don't have Thunderbolt. They have Psycho Boost. I mean, they could have Thunderbolt, Rock Slide, but most of the time it's Psycho Boost and then one other move. So at least we confirm that there's no Thunderbolt, so Jellicent can come in and doesn't have to worry about it. We do take a Psycho Boost, and in comes Wolverine, and now comes my Scrafty. Great matchup, of course, for the Scrafty, and we're going to be able to take that game. So that is going to be a great game to my opponent. A little bit of a hard counter towards them, but it happens. Moving on, Scrafty. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I have Bubble on this. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight Bubble Beams, and at least for right now, we're going to shield the first Foul Play. And I thought I would be able to win this. I actually ended up losing this matchup. I thought I was going to be able to win it. Maybe it depends on IVs. I do have a good IV Jellicent, but it's not like rank 1 or anything. Maybe I would have won this if it was like a rank 1, or maybe they have a really good rank Scrafty. I'm not too sure. But either way, we're going to go for another Bubble Beam. And that's totally fine. They're going to go ahead and go for an attack. We could just take these foul plays. So there's a foul play, totally fine. We're going to go ahead and go for the Bubble Beam. The next attack is going to be the Shadow Ball we go for, because I thought the Shadow Ball would be enough to KO, like after all those Bubble Beams and after, you know, the bubbles. But it's actually not. So they do get off a foul play. So this foul play is going to connect. Going to get it pretty low. One more foul play will KO. We're going to be able to go for a Shadow Ball. But again, this is not going to be enough to KO, unfortunately. I thought it would be, but again, it doesn't. So it survives 1 HP, or more than 1 HP, because we got a bubble through and it didn't KO. So they're going to be able to KO. I was hoping this was Power Punch, but it was foul play. So they actually take that one. So really bad for us. We bring in Scrafty, and I see the Talonflame, so I just actually back out because I knew my Ninetales with Charm couldn't handle it, and Scrafty couldn't handle it. So good game to my opponent. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to see Jellicent into Walrein. Okay, so this is I've used this team and I've used Jellicent before the Walrein meta, but I didn't use this team ever since Walrein got its Community Day moves. So I was like curious, like I was playing it, I played it a couple different ways. I battled a couple different Walreins. This battle I'm going straight Shadow Balls, and I'm taking the Earthquakes. I'm going to take another one as well. This Shadow Ball is not going to be enough to KO, so we're going to go ahead and go for it. So this is, again, not going to KO. It's going to get it low, but it doesn't KO. So again, they're going to be able to get to an Earthquake. I do decide to take it. I thought I could live it, but again, I just wanted to see. And we are able to live it, but barely. And we're actually both going down at the same time. So holy cow, it's a neutral matchup. Which I knew was pretty much neutral, but wow. So we shielded one of the Earthquakes. We could have won that one, but that's fine. In comes their Sirfetch'd, out comes my Ninetales. So they switch into Clefable. The problem is I can't switch out here because Scrafty does not want to see that Clefable. It would much rather see the Sirfetch'd than a Charm user, right? So we're going to go ahead and go for the Weather Ball. And that's totally fine. So we're trying to get to another one. They do throw a Meaty Mesh. I can't have that Clefable that healthy with my Scrafty. So we're going to go ahead and shield. And we're going to be able to get to a Weather Ball. I'm hoping they don't shield this and they let this go because we don't want to take any Charm damage with Scrafty. And they do let it go. In comes Sirfetch'd. Look how much damage we do to Sirfetch'd. That is huge. We're going to bring in Scrafty. We are taking super effective damage from counter, but we're able to take it. I'm going to let this one go because if they have Brave Bird, the next attack they might go for is Brave Bird. So I let the first one go, the Leaf Blade. And now I have to shield. This is going to be another Leaf Blade, but at least they're not going to be able to get to Brave Bird. We do throw a Power Punch. Unfortunately, they sneak in a counter. Now, I know they're going to shield, but we basically just have to boost up our attack. And we're going for the counter down. Oh my gosh, we do get it. I think they just got to the move. So we're able to count it down. Oh my gosh, GG's to my opponent. Well played to them. So next up, Jellicent into Walrein. So another Walrein matchup. This one I play a little bit different. Pretty much the same way. I am going straight Shadow Balls. But I am going to shield one of the Earthquake attacks. So I just want to play a different way, try and win this matchup. So we do go for the Shadow Ball. They do let it go, totally fine. I do let the first Earthquake go. So I'm going to let the first one go. Going to be doing a lot. I guess it's probably best to shield the first one if you're going to shield one anyway. But I didn't know if I was definitely going to shield or not. So we do go for the Shadow Ball. I'm hoping this KO. I know it doesn't KO because the last one didn't, but I'm hoping maybe the IVs are not as good. It would KO, but it didn't, of course. I knew it wouldn't. So this one I do shield. It's going to be an Earthquake, so that's fine. And we're going to be able to bubble down, but they actually switch into Cresselia, excuse me. I almost said Deoxys. And we're going to throw at CMP, which is huge because we're going to be able to win CMP, and we're going to take the Grass Knot. So they're going to shield, and we're going to take the energy from them. So the Grass Knot, I'm just going to let it go. And we're going to have the Charm Alola Ninetales to come in. You don't want to bring in Scrafty, even though it has Foul Play, because the Moonblast is double super effective. So we're going to bring in the Ninetales right now. I'm going to take this Moonblast. They're going to go ahead and go for it. And guess what, guys? 10% chance. Unfortunately, they do debuff us, which is not great for us. But we're still doing a good amount of damage with Charm, as well as the Dazzling Gleam that's about to come in. So we're going to go ahead and take this Moonblast. We're going to be able to get to it. Yep, we're going to be able to get to it. You absolutely love to see it. So we do go for the Dazzling Gleam right now. And it's not going to KO. Probably would have KO'd after the Charms if we didn't get debuffed, but that's fine. We're going to let this go, and the thought process is to try and farm down with the Scrafty, but they do switch into Escavalier. Now, this is not over because we're able to take these counter attacks, and Escavalier is really squishy, whereas Scrafty is really bulky. So we're going to go ahead, we have to shield this, so we do. And we're going to go ahead and throw the foul play in case they wanted to call a power-up punch bait. That's why I went straight foul play. I don't want them to call it a bait. So I do go for the foul play. They do actually shield, so good shield by them, but we do make it to another foul play, which will be enough to KO the Escavalier. So Scrafty going to be able to KO this Escavalier after this lag. So it does go down very nice. And now we know the biggest concern is Cresselia getting to another move. I know the Wolverine is one count away from going down. They're going to try and catch, and they're not able to. We do have a foul play ready to go. I thought they were going to try and catch. This foul play is going to be enough to KO, and we're actually going to be able to take that game. So that's actually a crazy game. So well played to them. Very well played, and we're going to be able to win that one. Absolutely amazing. Let's move on to the next one. Jellicent into Deoxys. So good matchup for us. So they're going to switch into Wolverine, and of course out comes my Scrafty. So let's go ahead and take this one. Going to be an Icicle Spear. We're going to be able to take multiple Icicle Spears, so no problem. So we do go for the Power Up Punch right now. So this Power Up Punch is going to connect. They're not going to shield. I don't expect them to shield anything because you don't want to shield a Power Up Punch, right? Even though it's super effective. We're going to take another Icicle Spear, so totally fine. And I think I go again for the foul. I go for foul play because I wanted to make sure I KO'd it, whereas I wasn't sure if Power Punch would KO it. So I do go for the foul play to ensure the KO, and I didn't want them to get off another attack where I would have had to shield. And plus, we're actually able to make it to another foul play. So Scrafty really showing its bulk. I have a really good IV1. So really good Pokemon. So they do farm down totally fine. Now I was afraid of a Talonflame in the back, so I was debating on which one to bring in. I do decide to bring in the Jellicent, but again, I was afraid of the Talonflame in the back. If it is Talonflame, not looking too good, but we'll see. We do take a Psychic Boost and they switch. It's actually going to be their own Alolan Ninetales, so I bring in my Alolan Ninetales. So that's good. We should be fine here. We're just going to try and sneak it and move. Unfortunately, not able to. I have to shield this one up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we do shield it up. Going to be a Weather Ball as we expected, as we know, and they do concede that game. So that is going to be a great game to my opponent. Very well played to them. Let's move on to the next one. Jellicent into Swampert. Okay, so Swampert. Against Swampert, I don't bait because Swampert like bulkier than it is in the Great League. So they could definitely take a Shadow Ball. Maybe I would bait if it was a Shadow Swampert. I'm not sure. But the regular one, I'm just going to go ahead and go straight Shadow Ball. However, they do actually shield it. So nice call by them. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and not shield this. I'm thinking, well, because they went ahead and shielded mine, maybe they'll expect me to shield. So I do not go ahead, and they do go for the Hydro Cannon, so that's good for us. They go for the Earthquake there. In comes Obstagoon. I bring in my Ninetales. Now, as I brought in the Ninetales, I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I should have put in the Scrafty double super effective damage with counter. So I was kind of thinking, that may have been a mistake to bring in the Ninetales. But we'll see. We're going to be able to farm this Obstagoon all the way down, which is good. They're going to be able to throw the Crush Chop. We know it's a Crush Chop. They don't have enough for Gunk Shot. And plus, we know it's Crush Chop anyway. So we go ahead and farm down very nice. You'll love to see it. And it's a Wolverine. So now I'm not regretting my decision anymore because we have Scrafty for that Wolverine. So that's actually really good for us. So a lot of things double weak. A lot of teams double, single weak to fighting types. So like a lot of really good Pokemon are weak to fighting types. So Icicle Spear actually still doesn't KO us, but they bring in Swampert. Totally fine. We're going to bring in this Jellicent and get off this Shadow Ball. So the Shadow Ball is going to connect because they're out of shields. And then we could... I could have honestly just switched out right away. I thought they were going to farm me down. Luckily for us, they didn't go for the farm down. I don't know if I could have made it to Bumblebee. Maybe I could have. But we do bring in the Scrafty, and now this is going to be a good game. We can shield this one up. And yep, it's going to be a Hydro Cannon. We're going to be able to farm down, and we still have a shield. We know Scrafty is going to be able to beat Wolverine, and that's going to be a great game to my opponent. Let's move on to the next one. Jellicent into Obstagoon. Really bad matchup. Oh my gosh. We're going to go ahead and go into the Scrafty. Hope there's no Charm Music in the back. In comes Escavalier, but we know we could win this matchup if they let this foul play go through. So we're going to go ahead and go for the foul play. And they do let it go through, so that is amazing. We do have to shield the attack, but it's totally worth it. We gotta win switch. Having the Ninetales on the Obstagoon is what we want. So we do just that. We're gonna go ahead and go for Power Punch. They're gonna sneak in another counter, which is really unfortunate. But it's not gonna matter especially if they don't shield that. and we're going to be able to count it down. Very nice. So we do flip switch, going down a shield. In comes Nidoqueen. I'm going to go ahead and throw the power punch. I didn't think I could make it. Why? I didn't think I could have made it to a foul play. Maybe I could have. I don't know. It would have been tight. But either way, that's fine. We're going to bring in this Jellicent Bubble. Super effective damage. I know it's going to be an Earth Power. I just let it go. I wanted to see how much it does, and it really doesn't do that much. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Bubble Beam. So they're going to go ahead and take this Bubble Beam and then switch out. I tried to switch out immediately, but unfortunately I clicked and the bubble went. I knew they were going to switch into Obstagoon. I'm going to shield this now. I tried to get out, but unfortunately I clicked on the screen and the bubble registered. So that's going to take my shield. So that's unfortunate for us. But let's see what we've got going for us. Night Slash coming in. So they're going for the Night Slash. That tells me they don't have Cross Chop. So they probably have Gunk Shot or Hyper Beam, but they felt like they couldn't get to it, which again is really good. So I wasn't going to throw any moves, but because I got the 2 Weather Balls, I'm going to go ahead and throw them to get both shields. If I couldn't get to 2, I wouldn't have thrown any, but we're going to go ahead and throw them now just to KO this Nidoqueen. Actually, not KO it, get both shields, or KO it if they let it go, but they do throw an attack, which is really good for us. So because we know Jellicent can survive an Earth Power because we saw it earlier, right? So they're going to throw an attack, 100% going to be an Earth Power, but we know we survive it. Ultra League, super bulky Pokemon. Trying to get to it. We do get to it, and we're going to be able to take this game despite that really bad lead. So, great game to my opponent. Well played to them, but we're going to be able to win this one. Great game. So let's go ahead and move into the final battle. Yeah, this is definitely the final battle. And we're going to have Jellicent into another really bad lead. Umbreon, oh my gosh. So this is actually worse. So we're going to switch into Scrafty, and another Escavalier comes in. Let's go. Okay, so again, we know we could win this matchup if they let this foul play go through. They didn't sneak in a counter, which is good. They do let it go, so now we know we're going to be able to win this matchup. We do have to shield this one. Again, I am going to go ahead and do just that. So it's going to be an Acid Spray. I guess it's a little bit unfortunate, but the Acid Spray is not really going to matter too much because we're still going to be able to win this matchup. We do go for a Power Punch. I wasn't expecting to shield, but they do shield it, which is great for us because they're not able to get to another move. So we not only flip switch, but we tie on shields, which I was not expecting. And Umbreon is coming back in. Umbreon's not going to be able to farm us down with Snull, so we do go for the Power Punch. We know they have to throw a foul play, so totally fine. We have the Ninetales on this Umbreon, so this is amazing for us. Actually, no, they throw it last or so. Maybe a foul play wouldn't have KO'd. But either way, we're going to wait out the switch time a little bit. They have Giratina. That's going to be a good game and a great video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.